Right, let's jump straight into this explainer. And I've got to start with a massive, urgent red flag for absolutely anyone working in data engineering right now. Look, Snowflake just updated their foundational certification to the COF-C03 exam for February 2026. Now, it's incredibly common to just decide you're going to get certified, run a quick web search, and click the very first study guide that pops up. But right now, the internet is still completely flooded with legacy content for the old version of the exam. So in this explainer, we are breaking down exactly how to navigate this shift, and we'll look at how a platform called CertBase is offering a free study plan and practice tests that are tailored specifically for this newly updated exam format. Because, the stakes here are actually pretty high. If you're still relying on old COF-C02 study guides, well, you're literally preparing for the wrong test, and you're risking your hard-earned exam fee in the process. Snowflake's platform has evolved incredibly fast, and the new COF-C03 standard reflects all those new features and modern data cloud architectures. So studying outdated material isn't just a waste of time, it's an active liability. It gives you this false sense of confidence on topics that have completely been deprecated, and it leaves you totally blind to the new scenario-based questions introduced in the February 2026 update. Finding current, accurate resources is absolutely critical if you want to pass this thing on your first try.
But of course, here's where basically everyone hits a brick wall. When you try to track down up-to-date COF-C03 prep materials, you are almost immediately slammed with a massive paywall. Seriously, you do a search, you find a platform claiming to have the latest questions, you answer maybe 3 of them for free, and then boom, you're locked out. Most of the competitors out there right now are charging around €29 a month just for access to their question banks. When you are already shelling out hundreds of dollars just to sit for the official Snowflake exam, tacking on a recurring monthly subscription just to practice, it feels incredibly punishing, especially if you're a student or a career changer trying to stick to a strict budget.
Historically, in the IT certification world, we've kind of been stuck between 2 really bad options. Option 1, you get trapped behind that ridiculously expensive monthly subscription we just talked about. Or option 2, you try to save some cash and rely on those totally useless dump sites. And if you've been in IT for a minute, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. They are these endless, terribly formatted lists of questions with absolutely zero context. You basically just end up memorizing that the answer to question 42 is C without ever actually understanding the underlying data engineering concept. For a complex, scenario-based exam like the new SnowPro Core, mindlessly memorizing letters is practically a guaranteed fail. You have to actually understand the platform inside and out.
Okay, so that brings us to CertBase. This is a completely free forever platform designed specifically to solve this exact problem. It's got this really clean developer dashboard kind of feel to it. They skip the flashy ads entirely, providing a super focused environment that's honestly perfect for highly technical audiences taking on modern exams like Snowflake. The whole philosophy here is super straightforward. They give you full access to question banks, detailed explanations, and community resources, and they never ask for a credit card. It's really designed to bridge that massive gap between the super expensive enterprise platforms and those completely unreliable dump sites.
Now, what I really love about their study mode feature is how it forces you to actually learn the underlying mechanics of Snowflake. You aren't just blindly guessing and getting a green check mark or a red cross. No way. Every single time you answer a question, the platform immediately pops up a highly detailed written explanation. It breaks down exactly why the correct answer is right. But honestly, even better, it explains exactly why the other 3 distractors are completely wrong. And that right there is how you build true intuition for the COF-C03 exam. You're learning the why, you're taking your time, digesting the reasoning, and you only move on when the concept truly clicks for you. Then, once you've really locked in that foundation, the platform has this quiz mode, which is brilliant. It perfectly simulates the actual endurance required for the real official exam environment. We're talking mirroring the exact official question count, running a strict countdown timer, and matching the real test pace. And crucially, this is big, there are absolutely no explanations while you're taking the test, just like the real thing. You only get your performance breakdown at the very end. Doing this is absolutely vital for building true test day confidence, ensuring you aren't going to completely panic when that official clock actually starts ticking.
And after you finish one of those simulations, it automatically tracks every single wrong answer you gave. It generates this really clear breakdown of your performance across the different exam domains. So, let's say you scored a super solid 88% in secure architectures, but a really worrying 38% in cost optimization. Bam! You instantly spot your exact knowledge gaps. Instead of blindly rereading a 400-page study guide from cover to cover, you know exactly where your weak spots are. You can just go back and specifically drill those missed questions in the days right before your exam. It's a game changer for efficient studying. So, contrasting that old, outdated way of studying with this new approach,
It really makes it obvious that relying on those dump sites is a huge liability when you're trying to pass a complex exam like the new SnowPro Core. Those dump sites just offer mindless letter memorization, zero context, and a massive risk of studying outdated COF-C02 questions. But on the flip side, diving into deep contextual explanations and real-time weak spot tracking, that changes everything. Plus, there's an active community discussion thread on every single question. If a scenario is particularly tricky, reading how other engineers reason through it completely shifts your prep from being this solitary, frustrating grind into a really collaborative, logical process.
Honestly, the best part of this whole thing, and the main reason we're highlighting it in this explainer, is that there really is no catch. You can jump straight into a free study plan and start practicing for the new COF-C03 exam completely for free today at CertBase.pro. There is absolutely no credit card required, no sneaky paywall that jumps out at you after 10 minutes, and no premium tier you are eventually forced to upgrade to. You literally just jump in, start drilling the real questions, and join a community that is actively discussing each topic to figure out the best answers together. It is an absolutely massive resource for anyone wanting to add Snowflake to their resume this year.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a challenge to spark some community discussion down below. Are you studying just to memorize, or are you actually studying to understand? Because let me tell you, when you are sitting in that exam room, memorization will absolutely fail you the second a scenario is tweaked by just a single variable. Understanding the why is the only thing that actually gets you that certification. So let me know in the comments, what is the most you have ever paid for practice tests in the past, and did they actually help you truly understand the concepts? Let's keep the conversation going, make sure you double-check those exam codes before you start studying, and I will see you in the next explainer.